Well, I really hope that Prime Minister Albanese and Energy Minister Chris Bowen listen to Professor Batterham, because he spent a lot of money and he's a former chief scientist and he seems to me he knows what he's talking about. But there is no indication, of course, that Labor is listening or thinking, and I see everywhere evidence that it's full steam ahead to shut down those coal-fired power stations as soon as possible without replacing them with any other sort of baseload power. Now, let's just, because the government is so keen on renewables, let's sort of have a little look at renewables. We're told that they are cheap, you know, because the wind blows. You don't have to pay the wind to blow. You don't have to pay the sun to shine. But how feasible is it for the Australian government to set a target for itself of an 82%, a grid that is supplied 82% by renewables, by renewable sources for electricity by 2030?
I don't believe it is feasible, and I say that not speaking for myself, but I would quote Paul Broad, who was the CEO of Snowy Hydro until recently. And Paul Broad looked at the government's targets and said, okay, the government's target is a halving of emissions by 2030. Renewable generation of electricity has to become 82% of our electricity supply by 2030 in that scenario. Wind, solar and hydro. We must remember that hydro is part of renewable energy. So Paul Broad looked at those numbers, and speaking with his expertise, he said, I dare say he scoffed, he said, it will take 80 years, not 8 years, to achieve that 82% of our power from renewables. It's a very powerful refutation of the present government target.